So Skyler to break in rack 1.
Now it's dry. So Filler out of his chair. No easy look at the 1 though.
Yeah, Joshua Filler has played fantastic in his singles matches, but everything else kind of gone his way from the start. Be nice to see if he can be tested, and there you see another wonderful safety shot. Easy hit though for Skyler.
Yeah, but we're getting down to the business end of this Mosconi Cup. Everything's magnified. And we've seen our share of misses today already from both sides.
So this ball will cut, but the problem is getting on the 2.
Extension, please.
Fires at the bank, and of course the bank goes in the heart of the pocket. Why wouldn't it?
Filler has won every singles match he's played, all 3 to date. Hasn't won a match paired with another European player though, so he's accounted for 3 points for Team Europe.
And that wasn't his best shot. I'm not saying it's going to cause too many problems, but you see the way he plays it into the pocket there. Always make sure he tries and goes in off the long rail. Gives the pocket a chance.
Filler bidding to bring Niels Fine to the table. He's got to force another match by winning this one. Fine will oppose Justin Bergman if that match comes to fruition.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. Imagine if Bergman was to bring the cup home, the last minute pick from Coach Johan. Lovely speed there. Making sure he's got angle on this brown 7, just so he can float over to the opposite side of the table now for the 8.
So much talent, so much confidence.
This will be Joshua's 16th rack in singles in this event. He's only lost 1.
Off the mark. Filler on course. He will break in rack number 2. Van Boning. He doesn't try to hide the fact that the heat is immense on center stage here. The key is to embrace it. Josh Filler seems to be the epitome of being able to go out and enjoy it, put on a show. And like we've said, it's one thing, if you're going to walk the walk, you got to talk the talk. He's got it all.
Yeah, he really has, and he's also got a messy table here, so it's not an open rack. And you see the red 3 ball is tied up.
Yeah, he's looking at this long and hard. Even if he can get the cue ball into an area to play a good aggressive safety on that 3.
So he's played safe.
Tough shot here for Woodward too.
Not too bad, is it? That'll work out pretty good. I could see what he was trying to do, just hit the 2 ball a little bit too thick. Never easy when you're trying to chip off a ball full length. You always have a tendency to hit them thick. And now let's see if we can get Joshua in a little hook here off this 3. Can he just nestle up behind the 4 ball? Yes, he can. He left the 1 rail hit for Joshua. Probably need to go just above the 6 ball. That's the green 6 on the right of your screen. With a little bit of spin. Lovely shot to hit it full ball, but you would think he's going to be in another snooker here, wouldn't you, Jim?
Yeah, he's going to be just feathering this cue ball down in behind the 4, so you've got to expect Josh is going to have a tougher escape next time. And what's worse for him now, everything's in the open, Carl. So the hit a little bit more important.
Yeah, as a kind of former pool player myself, I'd just love to see this point go a little bit close, just to see if we still see Filler produce the goods.
Woodward has extracted the mistake. The opportunity falls. This young man has accounted for 5 points in this year's Mosconi Cup, one of them being the team event that all 5 players participated in.
Speed is everything on this shot. All about the speed. That looks pretty good. Straight's not too bad in this instance. Now you can just draw the cue ball back up the table. It's nice to see Skyler wearing the European glove on his left hand. You would think he would wear a red one, wouldn't you, Jim? Didn't quite get into the cue ball there, so this cue ball is going to be coming all the way down table off the bottom rail and back up. Oh, this looks real good, Jim. This looks beautiful. I think Skyler is the best player I've seen at cutting the ball in. Tee shot here, just try and get the cue ball back to where it is. That is pretty good. There'll be no heroics here, just a little stop shot. Really fighting.
To level the score. You heard him in the crowd.
You get a stick, don't you? So he's got to back it up. So Skyler will break in rack 3, and the ball vanishes. Where's the one ball going to finish? I think he's going to have a shot here. This is a real generous table now. It really is.
Yeah, as good a break as we've seen, Carl. He even got the 9 moving. And that hasn't happened often.
Yeah, he'd love to get as kind of straight as he can. I mean, I know he can't get straight on this 2, but from the 2 to the pink 4, he's really lost the cue ball there, though. I mean, look how far he's come down the table. Needed to be a lot closer to his work, because getting on the 4 now could be a little tricky. He might even have to take his medicine and play like a little kill drag shot and leave himself a long pink 4.
Extension, please.
Yeah, that kill drag shot that Carl's referring to is like a slow bottom where you let the cue go and the speed of the cue ball diminishes as the bottom takes, and even though you've got angle, you tend to straighten it out. We'll see how he elects to play. He's going top, so he's going to hit this.
Yeah, he's going 3 rails. I'll tell you what, he's gone 4 rails, never mind 3.
And at this speed, you've got to knock him in. Anything touching the jaws stays on the table. We've seen that many times already. Skyler looking to do what no other American has done. They haven't beat Filler yet in singles play.
Yeah, even that was a nice shot. Looked very easy, just to float off the side, but whenever you're going in between a couple of balls, you've always got that in your mind. This is just all about making sure you've got an angle on the brown 7. Cue ball will be going off the left and the right rail back over towards the middle. Uses the third. So, this 9-ball and killer filler is 2-1 down.
Unfamiliar waters. He hasn't faced a deficit yet. He has now. And he replied to Skyler Woodward's break with a plum of his own.
Yeah, at first glance, I thought it was going to be a dry break, but it's turned out to be pretty nice, to be fair. Lost the cue ball a little bit there. Didn't want it on the rail. Just going to play the cue ball centre of the table to give himself a shot at this pink 4. Again, a little bit near the rail, isn't it? But such a good potter. Can you keep knocking him in, Jim?
We're going to find out, Carl, because he's leaving himself testers to be certain.
Just not missing, is it? Everything is a hanger for Joshua Filler.
And he wastes little time, as we've come to see. Just exudes confidence. Well, when you're a young man, world #1, you're the world champion, US Open champion. What's not to like about being out there?
Yeah, and even the 7-ball, you know, you do see them miss, but it's like he just gets down, aims, pulls the trigger, bang, ball disappears.
Just a little extra care and attention given this one. Circled the table once. You don't often see him waste movement, but there was a little there. Just settling himself and squaring it up. 2 racks each. Marcus did all the talking, Josh Filler did all the listening. I don't know whether he needs to be told he's an amazing player.
Yeah, I think he's one guy that definitely knows he's an amazing player. And as you said, Jim, he's won pretty much every major this season. Even when he's not won the major, he's been on the podium. So why wouldn't he be confident?
His job right now, crystal clear. Bring Niels Fayen off the practice table and onto the match table for another one. That's his mission. But Skyler Woodward, with the break, he's got this match in his hands. He's just got to hold serve.
Lost the cue ball a little bit, and this is going to end up being dry. But the 1-ball is safe.
Filler happy to get out of his chair, even if he doesn't have a shot at the 1. Tried to hold the cue ball behind the 4, didn't quite catch the 1 full. And I think this one will pass into the bottom corner.
Yes, and this is a typical Skyler Woodward shot. This makes this shot so many times. It's never easy. Time and time again makes that shot as the cue ball held up.
I'm not so sure. He was tapping the table with his chalk, willing it to stop, but if it did, it just stopped in time.
Yeah, he's on that. And even if he isn't, whenever it's tight like this, you can play it with a touch of left spin, and that just turns the object ball over towards the pocket. You actually seen it there, didn't you? You could see him just put that trace of left on it. We'll try and get another look at that. Skyler looks up for this challenge, doesn't he, Jim? You can sense it. He wants to bring this cup home for the lads.
Well, he'd have to be the MVP if he secures it right here and now. I think he'll be taking home his second most valuable player award in a row. As I said, he's already won 5 points, including the team event. This would be 6.
Yeah, he's turned himself around as Skyler in the Mosconi Cup. Just a few years ago, he was, you know, he lost points and kind of struggled, but he said he wasn't dedicating himself to the game of 9-ball pool. And of recent years he has, and it's really showing. Just needs to keep his focus. Whenever you get these chances, when the balls are all in open play, they simply have to disappear.
He certainly looks fit for the fight. We would have seen the draw that both team captains had put out here for day 4, and knowing he was the 4th match out against the world #1, you just get the feeling that he was up for this. Because if there's any intimidation in his arm, it's not showing.
try. And he's on this yellow one ball, you know, there's an edge, Jim. And the balls don't look that difficult at first glance.
He kind of held his arms up in despair as he walked back to his chair. That was his wife in behind. What a chance now for Sky.
He's perfect. I think he's even got an angle to go back up for the red 3 ball, so that's wonderful positional play from Skyler. You would think key shot in this rack is going to be the purple 5 ball to the green 6. As long as he's got an angle on that ball, he'll give himself a chance. And this is what you've got to do in the Mosconi Cup. You've got to keep the fans and your opposite player quiet, because we've not seen any antics from Phil yet, have we, Jim?
Skidded a little bit on him.
I'm just wondering if can he play this in the middle and spin round, or if it goes in the bottom, he might have to play it in the bottom, so it's not over yet. He's playing it in the middle. Can he slow roll this in and hold, or does he have to spin round? He's going to end up playing the combination here. He's not going to be able to spin this 5 ball in and get back up for the green 6, so he's going to have to play this 5 ball in the corner and try and get the cue ball kind of in the middle of the table to make the combo very easy. Needs the cue ball in the centre of the table, and he needs the cue ball to stop. Well,
anxious moments, aren't they?
Yeah,
this is a tough one.
Yeah, I don't like this combo, I won't lie.
Carl, you look like you got sweaty palms.
Yeah, I was never a fan of the combo, so I'm a little bit nervous for him myself. He's shooting it though. Tough shot, and it's a mistake. And it has to be said, it's a huge mistake.
Filler's smiling now. Don't think he expected to get out of his chair there.
I think Skyler should have had another look at a few options there. That was a brutal shot to take on. Wow, Joshua Filler, the king of this year's Mosconi. What has he done there? That is a horrific shot. Surely you played twice across, Jim.
You know what? It didn't go into the heart of the pocket. Watch it again. He tried to hold the cue ball and kill it, but the fact that that green was a little wide just allowed that cue ball to slither on behind the 9.
Surely if Joshua stuns that ball in and plays off the second rail. Unbelievable, he can still make this though. Well, I'm glad he didn't fluke it. Don't like it when the players fluke it, but he's got safe, so, you know, he's been fortunate there. Very fortunate. Jim, Skyler's got to fire this bank shot, surely.
Extension, please.
You can play this in a way, Carl, where you can still use the 8 as a little bit of insurance.
I don't know, I just think on a 9-ball pool table, this, you know, when the balls are in this instance and there's, you know, 2 or 3 balls left, it's so hard to get safe. You know, these guys very good at banking. Joshua's been fortunate, but it's a chance for Skyler. It was close, but it's going to go over the pocket. Wow. Filler, honestly, he's had a huge role there for the 7 to go safe. But he did hit the 7, that was key.
Well, you wanted it all, you're getting it all. Drama at the highest level.
There you see Jason Shaw. Big egos in the teams as well, let's not forget. I know it's a team event, but all year round we play singles. So, I don't know what they're saying to each other. I don't know if Jason's saying, come on pal, stun it in. I don't know.
Well, the effort on the bank from Skyler Woodward goes awry. That opened the door for Filler.
I was kind of with you, Jim. I felt like he could have played a softer bank shot. Maybe not use the 8 as a blocker, but float over to the left side of the table. If you miss the bank off the bottom rail, it comes up onto the middle of the side rail. That would have kept the pressure alive.
Well, Skyler still, though, with the break. 3-3.
Made balls, and the one ball he's tracking over towards the corner. Is there going to be blockers? There isn't going to be blockers, so he's got a shot.
Problem at the same side of the table, though, Carl, as we see the break once again executed successfully. Wing ball down and a shot at the 1, but it's quite a cluster. The 4, the 6. He's going to have to come with some good shots to get the run out here.
Yeah, at least the blue 2 ball is sitting nice, so you just pop this ball. There you see, kind of anywhere on the table is good.
3-4 the key.
This next shot's going to tell a story. Yeah, he's just looking. I think this pink 4 does go long down the table, so he needs to get the correct angle on this red 3 to try and get back over this side of the table. How's this looking?
Straight back.
Tough shot this one though. Drawing back. Looks a little too straight, doesn't it? To get right over. Yeah, and there you see, so. Oh, look at this, he's juiced it up. He's juiced it up. I tell you what, that is a great shot. I don't know if the pink 4 goes. He's looking at a combo. He's been a little bit unlucky. I think at the last minute, the ball sat back on the 5. So I don't think it pops, but can he manufacture a combo in the middle? He didn't hold back there, did he, Jim?
No, he certainly didn't. He wound that one up. Like you said, Carl, I tend to agree. I think he deserved a better fate.
The problem here is, when they're touching, you know yourself, Jim, it throws the object ball away, so he's got to judge this. Well, there is a gap.
Yeah, he's going for the combination.
Yeah, he's purple. Watch the purple. Watch the purple. Watch the purple. That looks good, Jim. I think he can play a soft raw, and I think the natural angle here, he's just pulling the cue ball back in towards the 8 ball. personal note, not that it matters, I'd have been drawing that back, but Skyler Woodward loves these thin cuts up the rail. Fires them in, honestly, Jim. I've never seen anybody play that shot as good as him. Just got to sell down here, though.
To get to the hill. Woodward is doing everything he can possibly do to win it here. They're all looking for a reason to party here in Vegas. Woodward looking to give it to him. That looks good.
Yeah, you've seen the wing ball disappear off the break for Filler. Close. Well, it has to be said,
Yeah,
he's feeling the heat.
Listen, that's the first real instance of him. I mean, his timing was totally off on that. He's lucky the two went down.
He's very lucky the two went down. Is there a gap? Is there a gap? His body language tells me he's left a gap. Don't think he can pot it though. Skyler's down very quickly on this shot. Needs the 4-ball to hold up. It's a sporty shot. Very good shot. So we have seen glimpses of Joshua Filler faltering in a close match. Well, even that shot. Oh, where's the 9 going? Where's the 9 going? I tell you what, I think that's just cost them this year's Mosconi Cup. He tried to go off the back rail, misjudged the spin, Jim. All Skyler's got to do is try and get the cue ball in the centre of the table.
And I'll tell you what, if he gets it there, you're going to see the celebration start early. Team USA is waiting to erupt.
There you see it again, trying to contact bottom rail first. Nearly flukes the 9. And Joshua Filler's took his glove off. He feels like this is over.
Draw this back.
It's perfect. It's absolutely
He knows
perfect.
it. They know it.
It's perfect. The full arena are on their feet. Well, Team Europe back-to-back defeats. maybe the change is required. And there you see it. It's over, folks.
They said the key phrase coming to Vegas this year was repeat or revenge. Well, folks, it's repeat. Team USA is back. And for anyone that thought the Mosconi Cup was going to be dominated by Europe for years and years to come, well, guess again. The Americans are alive and kicking and getting stronger every year. 11-8. Team USA victorious in the 26th Mosconi Cup. And they will be partying in Vegas this year. And they're partying here. Carl, you know what it's like to win a Mosconi Cup. What is the feeling, the rush?
It's just pure relief because, you know, all year round you're playing these singles events to try and get in the team, and I know many people think the players carry on and, you know, act it up, but it's such a bubble that you're in and a high pressure situation. You know, there's 2,000 fans screaming and shouting, and you practice as a team for a week beforehand, and you just get really involved and you can just let it all out.
And the emotional roller coaster you go through all week here, the ups, the downs, you live and die with all of your partners. You can't possibly try to explain it where you can understand it well enough until you've lived it. There is no event on earth that equals the Mosconi Cup.
Yeah, I don't know where Team Europe go from this now. 2 defeats on the spin. I think there's going to have to be changes, Jim. Not sure what your thoughts are on that.
You know what? You've got young guns coming on both sides of the Atlantic, Carl. I don't know what you can change. You've got to keep coming. I mean, in the early days, Europe couldn't even contend. Now, they came into this Mosconi Cup favorite. We knew that. But I'll tell you what, America are back. Loud and clear. And for sure, Skyler Woodward has to go back-to-back with the MVP.